What's up, guys? Thanks for joining for episode 3 today. For some reason, I'm in the mood to just keep recording, and I really hope I didn't get a loss, even though we did get the win in the previous episode, but we did get the disconnect on the save video screen, which is kind of weird, so I'd like to see whether or not I did get a loss for that, which we're going to see in just 1 second. Let's do an episode 3 today. I mean, this is America after all, so YOLO. Let's go ahead and jump on the ladder, sitting at a ranking of 1503, so we did get the win in that previous episode, so we're going to be sitting at a record of 3-3. In reality, should be 5-1. Not going to bitch about it anymore because, you know, can't do anything about it. See if we can get Music 7. I love Music 7. So, see if we can find a player. It's pretty late in the morning right now. Pretty early in the morning, I should say. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning. I should be in bed right now, but I just want to, you know, put some content out on my channel and get some battles out of the way. So, Ethan from Tennessee, United States, with a ranking of 1502, pretty much the same ranking as I am. Whoa, what kind of team we got here? We have a Glade, we have a Raichu, Blaziken, a Gengar, Lando T, and we have a the slug. I forget the slug's name. The Gastrodon. Okay, so, alright, let's see who the potential Mega could be. Could be Blaziken, it could be Glade. Now, I'm probably going to see Mega Blaziken. Now, either Blaziken and Glade are viable without Mega Evolutions. Glade probably having the Mega Evolution. Life Orb on the Blaziken with the speed boost, obviously, but Protect is very, very threatening. So, oh man, setting the Trick Room up would be really, really good against the Blaziken, but he probably is not even going to bring the Blaziken. If he does that, he will not lead with it. Potentially leading with the Lando. Lando is always a great lead. That Raichu, I played a couple of Raichus in my VGC days, and they are actually pretty annoying to deal with. I'm trying to think of what actual sets they have. I forget, but this Raichu, I believe, has a Lightning Rod. Don't have to worry about that. I have no electric moves on my team. But I'm just trying to see here. Okay, so who could be a really good lead? Cresselia could be a good lead. He's going to catch a lot of crap from the Gengar. If the Gengar is Mega Gengar, leading with Cresselia would be really good because I could skill swap his Shadow Tag and trap his Pokemon other than his Gengar. So Cresselia is always a really, really good lead, but then yet again I have to present some type of offense. The Sylveon, what does he do against this team? Sylveon actually is pretty good other than the Gengar. Don't want to really lead with the Sylveon just yet. How is the Lando doing against this team? Lando is actually presenting a huge threat against most of the Pokemon on his team, and I would like to lead with the Lando. Bring the Charizard in the back. What's Heatran doing against his Pokemon? Not going to be doing too much, so let's bring the Sylveon. Sylveon is always a good option to bring in the back. Does a lot of work to his Glade. Kind of walls his Blaziken for potential switch-ins, but, you know, obviously Sylveon not being a very physically defensive Pokemon. So, let's see what's going to go on in here. So we have a nice shiny, two shiny Pokemon. We have the Raichu and we have the Glade. So Raichu, I did see that he has the air balloon. So we're gonna have to go ahead and pop that with. Okay, so could you have Hidden Power Ice, Raichu? Raichu, protect Nuzzle. What else can you have? Protect, Nuzzle. Raichu's just an annoying Pokemon. It's like Pachirisu with Nuzzle. But it does have the air balloon, so I can't get rid of that. Could just go for the fake out. That's what he has. This one. Haha, you. Alright, so you definitely have fake out. Probably going to fake out my Cresselia. Cannot do anything about that. If he doesn't fake out my Cresselia and decides to go for the attack onto the Landers, I'm going to get the Trick Room up and let me see here. What did this little Glade want to go for? I don't know, but I feel like switching into the Sylveon is a really good option here, especially if the Glade wants to attack my Landers. I could potentially see a double attack into the Cresselia. Unfortunately, I can't protect. We could see the fake out into the Cresselia and then some type of like Night Slash into the Cresselia from the Glade. What? So we see no Ice Punch. Okay. I'm gonna get a Trick Room up, so... I mean, it's too early on to be too confident in yourself, but knowing that I'm probably faster than both of these Pokemon under the Trick Room is making me feel a bit more confident in my matchup against both of these Pokemon. So I can go for the Hyper Voice, which is basically the obvious play right here. Getting super effective damage off onto the Gallade, just doing a lot of damage to that Raichu, and popping the Air Balloon. Now, like always, I should always take a picture of his team. Unfortunately, I did not. Don't really want to skill swap any other abilities. So right here, I'm thinking a Helping Hand because Ice Beam's not going to do anything against either of these Pokemon. Thinking a Helping Hand Hyper Voice under the Trick Room is going to do the trick, especially if the Gallade does not decide to protect. So let's see if they decide to protect. The Gallade decides to protect. The Raichu cannot protect because it protected the previous turn. So I'm going to get a Hyper Voice off. Raichu, are you going to be able to survive this? I don't think you will be. Yeah, you do not have to Focus Sash because you have the Air Balloon. So Raichu is no more. I could probably spam... Oh, I forgot the Pixie Plate on the Sylveon. But I do reveal that I do have the Life Orb. Gengar is coming in right here. Obviously not going to be Mega Gengar. I'm going to be faster than this Gengar. So what I could do here is this Gallade doesn't really present much of a threat to either one of my Pokemon. It could potentially switch out. So I'm going to go for the Ice Beam. Probably Focus Sash on the Gengar, considering the fact that it's not Mega, obviously. And then go for the Shadow Ball onto the Gengar. The Shadow Ball is going to bring it down to its Sash, and then the Ice Beam should pick up the KO. Alright, so let's see how this turn wants to play itself out, and then we could see what Gallade wants to eventually do. Alright, so we're going to get the knockout onto the Gengar. Looks like it's going to be a pretty quick battle unless I screw this one up terribly. I'm just really surprised that the Raichu, he's going for a knockoff onto the Sylveon. I guess to get rid of the Life Orb. Kind of would make sense to go onto the Cresselia, because the Cresselia is a very bulky Pokemon, hard to get rid of if you don't double down or just start attacking it early on. And the Mental Orb just, oh my god, are you serious? This is getting absolutely ridiculous. Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me, guys. This is getting me really upset now. This is getting me very, very upset. I should be winning every single one of these games I'm getting disconnected from. Do these players know something that I don't? Do they know how to make me get disconnected and so they can give themselves the win? I don't know. This is getting really annoying. Player from Japan, 1553 ranking. I'm probably going to be 1400s again after this, again due to disconnects. Okay, let's calm ourselves down. I'm getting really upset over these disconnects. This is absolutely getting insane. Okay, so Gengar, Ludicolo, the Politoed, Ludicore, we have the Scrafty, Gardevoir, and I can't even think right now because I'm so upset. Ooh, okay, so alright, looks like we have a Parish Trap team here. Probably Mega Gengar, Parish Trap. We have Parish Song on the Gengar, Parish Song on the Politoed, and other than the Parish Trap, we also have the Ludicore, which is also extremely threatening, so Charizard would probably be a really good lead here, as well as the Cresselia, if he does want to try to trap me with Shadow Tag, and I could just skill swap it away, trap his Pokemon, which is actually going to be really, really good. So I do feel confident in leading with my Charizard right here, in case he doesn't want to lead with the Politoed. If he doesn't, I can get some really good damage off on whatever Pokemon that he decides to lead with, so Charizard and the Cresselia is making me feel like it's a really good lead right here. Now, if he leads with the Ludicolo, or if he leads with the Scrafty, you can get a Fake Out on my Cresselia. Not going to do too much damage, and I could skill swap this following turn, but feeling pretty confident with that matchup right there. I don't really think he trans the best of matchups right here against his Ludicolo and his Scrafty, but it also does wall the Gardevoir fairly well. So Scrafty, how does Scrafty look on my end? It does pretty good against the Gengar. I mean, it does fairly well. It does good against his Scrafty, especially under a Trick Room. And I actually like the Sylveon in the back. I really don't like Lando right here. I only really want to bring one Intimidator right here anyway. But I could definitely see the Scrafty leading off with one of his Shadow Taggers. But having Cresselia up front there, probably going to be Mega Gengar is going to lead with, considering the fact that I have a Cresselia on my team. So it doesn't really make sense to lead with the other one, I forget its name, but I'm going to throw out Charizard and Cresselia to begin the match. Gengar and Scrafty are going to come out there exactly as I predicted. Intimidate not going to be doing anything to either one of my Pokemon, probably going to fake out to Cresselia and Shadow Ball, or just go for the Paris song. Don't really care if it goes for the Paris song, because he's only going to be trapping his Pokemon in the long run, so he could go for the fake out into the Cresselia and then fake out Shadow Ball. Cresselia is not a Pokemon that carries Protect. And if I try to escape, I'm not going to be able to with the Shadow Tag. So I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve. He could Protect with his Gengar to get the speed boost, as well as getting that trap ability. So I'm going to go for the Flamethrower onto the Scrafty, and then actually, yeah, I'm gonna go for the Helping Hand Flamethrower onto the Scrafty. I believe, if I'm correct, Helping Hand has a higher priority than Fake Out. If Fake Out has a higher priority, it's only by 1. I know Helping Hand has an incredibly high it has an incredibly high priority, so hopefully this does work out. Let's see what's going on. It's going down here. So I'm going to get the Drill up. Helping Hand does go up. Does he go for the Fake Out? If he goes for the Fake Out, I can confirm that the Helping Hand Protect like we predicted from the Gengar. Let's see if the Fake Out does come from the Scrafty. Fake Out does come from the Scrafty onto the Cresselia, so going for Helping Hand. Helping Hand does have a high priority, so we're going to get a Helping Hand Flamethrower with the Sun up onto the Scrafty. Get the knockout onto the Scrafty. It's one less Pokemon we do have to worry about. Alright, so we're looking pretty good right here. We did predict the Gengar going for the Protect fairly easily. I could go for the Skill Swap and Protect. And then swap the Shadow Tag, so he can't switch out, and then I can switch out. But he can switch out his Gengar, seeing that it is a Ghost-type Pokemon. So he might not know that I have the Skill Swap, but let's see if he does go for the Perish Song. So I'm going to Protect with my Charizard, obvious play. He might go for the Scold into the Cresselia with his Politoed. Going to get the Shadow Tag from the Gengar so I can switch out my Charizard on the following turn. He probably was not expecting that. Not expecting that. Although Gengar does get the Levitate ability back. That's the ability that he's... Hypnosis! Woo, man. That is risky. That is incredibly risky, considering the fact that that has such low accuracy, but he's facing me, of course, so he probably would be able to get that off fairly easy. So I really don't want to put my Sylveon in there to catch any type of like Sludge Bomb going my way, or again the Hypnosis, because the Hypnosis, oh man, man, please no. I am really bulky with my Scrafty. I do have the Citrus Berry, so I don't want to get the burn with the Scold. Scold's going to come down on the Charizard. Then again, Sylveon presents such a huge threat in this battle. I'm going to go for this play. I'm going to put my Sylveon in there. I don't think he's going to go for the attack onto my Charizard. Probably going to switch out the Gengar. I don't know, but let's just go for that play. It's going to be kind of risky. I am looking like I'm going to screw this up, but I'm going to go for the Trick Room so I can get the priority. He's going to switch out the Gengar like I predicted. Going to get the priority with my Sylveon. Ooh. Alright, but I am going to be able to switch out my Charizard, even though he put in his Gothitelle. And I'm going to bring my... man, he does get it off! Oh my god, that is so annoying. It has the accuracy of 70% and he still got it off. Like I said, it's me, guys. It's me. like no one else should be able to do that. Oh man, that's so stupid. I do have the shadow tag on right now, so I'm going to keep my Cresselia in there for one more turn. And if you do have shadow tag as an ability on your Pokemon, you can switch out on another shadow tagger. So I'm going to keep my Cresselia in there one more time to force the Politoed to stay in here. The Politoed's going to go down after the next turn, so let's do something like that. So this is really annoying. I'm going to go ahead and try to wake up on this turn, go for a Life Orb Shadow Ball into the Gothitelle. Gothitelle's very specially defensive. And let's go ahead and get some damage off, I guess, onto the Gothitelle. I want to keep my Cresselia in here. Let's see if the Gothitelle... Ooh, Swagger. Swagger! He's relying so much on Parish Trap. And it looks like it's going to really pay dividends in the end, because he's probably going to go do a Swagger on my... So he's going for another Parish Trap to reset the other Parish Trap. This is a really weird... Okay, so it doesn't reset. Okay. This is... Oh, man, this is really weird. This is really weird. So Politoed is going to go down next turn. Let's go ahead and protect that Gothitelle's Swagger away. I'm going to switch out my Cresselia to my Charizard. Let's do that. So we can switch out a Cresselia since we have Shadow Tag on our Cresselia. Switch out and get rid of the Rain. And this Politoed's going to go down after this turn. Even if it goes for a Scold onto the Cresselia slot, it's not going to be doing too much to my Charizard because the sun will go up. This is a really frustrating video. Really frustrating. Get a disconnect on a clear win that we just had, and then we have a Parish Trap team, which is always annoying to go against. So, I'm going to go for the Protect. I wasn't even going for the attack onto the Gothitelle. So, Sylveon's going to stay asleep on the next turn. Hopefully we can get a Wake Up on the next turn. And this Politoed should be going down onto this turn. The Scold's going to go down. Not going to get the burn because I'm asleep. And we are going to get that Politoed to go down. So, we have to get... Oh man, we're gonna see a bunch of protects. We're gonna see a bunch of protects, and I only have that Cresselia in the back, which is really scary. But this Charizard, oh, the Gengar's gonna go for. Oh, this is so annoying. The Gengar's gonna go for another Power Song. All right, so do we want to get the Gothitelle out of the way? Gothitelle doesn't really present much of a threat other than having the Swagger. This is really annoying. This is really annoying. The Trick Room is up, so obviously the Gothitelle is the slowest Pokemon on the team, being the fastest now. Probably going to Swagger. Regardless of which... He's going to Swagger the Charizard. Charizard presents much more of a threat. He's going to Swagger the Charizard. We have the Parish Song coming from the Gengar. So let's go ahead and hopefully wake up on the Shadow Ball onto the Gothitelle, potentially picking up the KO. Protect with the Charizard, expecting the Swagger to go out onto the Charizard because Charizard's a bigger threat right here. Don't want to get Swaggered. Hopefully we can get this knockout onto this Gothitelle. Gothitelle going for a Swagger onto the Charizard. I'm still asleep. This is absolutely insane. Going for the double down into the Charizard. So, Gothitelle and Sylveon are both going down on the next turn. Man, this is really annoying. This is really annoying. The only one that's not going down is this Gengar and the Charizard. Swagger's going to come out on the Charizard. So, as a last-ditch effort, I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball to KO this Gengar. Gothitelle goes down. We're going to have to go for, not relying on a double protect for my Charizard. Going to go for, he's going to go for Protect Gengar. Protect Gengar. Gothitelle goes for the Swagger onto the Charizard, and the Sylveon goes down following turn. That's what he's going to do, but I'm not relying on the double protect. Let's go for the Flamethrower onto the Gengar. I can't really do anything at this point. This is so frustrating. This really is frustrating. Onto the Charizard. Go right ahead. Can't do anything about it. Not going to rely on a double protect. Wake up, Sylveon. Wake up, because the protect didn't come out from the Shadow Ball. Knock it out. If you knock it out, I would love you long time. Love you long time, Sylveon! No! Looks like we're gonna lose. And we get the flamethrower off! That's game! That is game! Oh, Parish Trap. Screw your Parish Trap, man. Screw it. It screwed you in the end. You just KO'd your own Pokemon. He KO'd both two of his Pokemon with Parish Song and only one of mine. So Parish Song can actually backfire on you fairly quick, and breaking through that confusion with the Charizard to pick up the KO onto the Gengar. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Just don't let me get a disconnect here. Don't let me get a disconnect. Oh, you had the Cresselia in the back. I forgot about that. Thought Charizard was going to be the last Pokemon, so we probably were going to be able to win that fairly easily. But I just want to get the hell out of here. No, I don't want to continue battling because I don't want to get any other unnecessary disconnects. Oh man, this is a very frustrating episode. This is 20 minutes long. Hopefully I can get past the 15-minute ineligibility because I don't want to cut any content out from this video, because this is a very action-packed and frustrating video at that, having the disconnect in the first episode and facing a Parish Trap team in the next battle and still picking up a win. We should have won both matches, but unfortunately getting that disconnect, and I don't know what's going on. It's like I'm disconnecting from every other battle, and I am I'm heated right now. Like, my blood pressure is probably running so high. It's getting extremely frustrating getting these disconnects. I don't know why I'm getting these disconnects. Before I start doing all 3 of these episodes, I restarted my router 3 times, and I made sure that I had a perfect connection. 4 bars on my 3DS. Should not be getting these disconnects where I am getting these disconnects. I don't know whether or not it's BattleStat being unstable, but as long as we're getting plenty of information out of these battles and winning the battles that we should be winning, that's all that really matters in the end. Unfortunately, we're not going to have a record that shows for it, but you know, that's unfortunate disconnects that you will be getting. So looks like we're going to have a record of like I believe we're going to be like 4-4. Should be like 7-1. But unfortunately, those disconnects contributing to all of but 1 loss. Anyway, guys, 3rd episode today. Really hope you enjoy all this content. I love Pokemon VGC, and I can't wait to practice my ass off for future events. If you want to battle me, please leave a comment down below. Private message me. We could do VGC doubles, competitive singles, whatever you'd like to do. But I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Unless I want to make a 4th video, I don't know. I'm probably going to have to go to bed. See you tomorrow. More Pokemon on the way.